Greetings, fellow creators, developers, and anyone listening who is tirelessly, endlessly, and passionately attempting to navigate the vast, complex, sometimes bewildering, yet incredibly rewarding universe of Roblox content creation, where every click, every upload, every carefully considered and meticulously designed tutorial is a potential gateway, not only to educating others, but to establishing meaningful connections, fostering engagement, maximizing visibility, and ultimately, if executed thoughtfully, consistently, and with strategic precision across countless variables, including but not limited to titles, thumbnails, timing, pacing, vocal inflection, visual clarity, step sequencing, audience psychology, engagement prompts, algorithmic signals, and subtle cues that subconsciously communicate trustworthiness, reliability, and enthusiasm. You may discover the very essential keys to increasing your views and sustaining long-term growth on platforms that both reward creativity and challenge consistency. And I, as always, am Noah Carter, speaking in the most detailed, exhaustive, expansive, and densely verbose manner possible to ensure that every listener receives a maximal conceptual, procedural, and philosophical understanding of the strategies we will discuss, alongside my co-host, the equally verbose, endlessly insightful, and profoundly analytical Evan Brooks.
And I am Evan Brooks, Noah. And as we consider the multitude of factors that influence whether a viewer clicks, watches, stays, engages, shares, and ultimately returns for additional content, it becomes immediately apparent that the process is not linear, nor is it simple, but rather a highly dynamic, multifactorial system in which every element, from the wording of a title, the color palette and composition of a thumbnail, the cadence and tonal quality of narration, the logical progression of tutorial steps, the incorporation of humor, personality, encouragement, progress markers, and even subtle cues to pique curiosity at strategically timed intervals, functions synergistically to guide the viewer seamlessly from introduction to conclusion in a manner that maximizes both retention and impact, thereby producing an exponential effect on total views, engagement metrics, and algorithmic favorability, which is exactly why we emphasize hook, pacing, energy, consistency, and clarity, all woven together into a single continuous narrative that, if fully transcribed, could easily span millions of words, pages, and paragraphs, yet can still be delivered in a concentrated, immersive, and remarkably concise auditory experience for anyone listening today.
We'll start with audience analysis. Many creators focus on age, gender, or general demographics, but these are surface-level indicators. You must dig deeper. Consider behavior patterns. What time of day does your audience engage most? Which topics provoke comments, shares, or rewatches? Which emotions cause viewers to pause, rewind, or share your content with friends? Understanding these triggers allows you to structure content that resonates deeply, rather than content that merely exists. Next comes content presentation. Titles and thumbnails are your gateway. An effective title promises value while teasing curiosity. A thumbnail must visually capture the essence of your video, while standing out in an increasingly crowded feed. But these are not enough. You must then deliver content that satisfies the expectation set. Retention is key. Viewers will not stick around if the pace is slow, the visuals are uninspired, or the narrative feels disjointed. Consider chaptering your videos, varying camera angles, using sound cues, and leveraging micro-narratives to maintain engagement throughout. Community engagement is another critical component. Algorithms reward content that fosters interaction. Encourage comments, respond thoughtfully, create polls, or host live Q&A sessions. Collaboration amplifies reach, not only by exposing you to new audiences, but by lending credibility through association. Carefully choose collaborators whose audiences align with yours, and aim for authentic interactions rather than forced appearances. Analytics and iteration cannot be overstated. Monitor click-through rates, watch time, audience retention graphs, and traffic sources. Test variations of titles, thumbnails, and content lengths. Experiment with new formats while maintaining your brand voice. Track performance over weeks and months. Growth compounds. Small optimizations repeated consistently often yield exponential results. Beyond these fundamentals, consider platform psychology. Each algorithm evaluates signals differently. YouTube weighs watch time and session duration. TikTok prioritizes early engagement and share velocity, and Instagram Reels assesses completion rates and looped viewing. By aligning your content strategy with these platform-specific behaviors, you position yourself for long-term visibility. Finally, let's examine storytelling. Humans remember stories far more than facts. Structure your content with a clear narrative arc. Introduce a challenge. Escalate tension. Provide a solution or payoff. And conclude with reflection or insight. Whether your content is a tutorial, review, or commentary, narrative hooks keep viewers invested. Pair storytelling with visual cues, pacing shifts, and audio emphasis to enhance memorability and emotional resonance. Throughout my career, I've observed creators who achieved massive growth by focusing less on gimmicks and more on optimizing every stage of the viewer journey, from the first impression, thumbnail and title, through engagement hooks, intro and pacing, to retention strategies, story arcs, visuals, and community interaction, and finally iteration based on analytics. The process becomes almost systematic. Implementing this framework consistently can transform a channel from obscurity to sustained growth.
I am thrilled to build on Noah's insights and provide a complementary perspective that focuses on actionable, real-world tactics. Understanding the algorithm is not about cheating it. It's about working with it to ensure your content reaches the right audience at the right time. A key tactic is content sequencing. Creating videos that link conceptually or narratively encourages viewers to binge-watch. Playlists, end screens, and strategic annotations can guide viewers from one video to the next. This boosts total watch time and signals the algorithm that your content is highly engaging. Storytelling is fundamental. Even educational or tutorial content benefits from narrative arcs. Introduce a question, escalate tension, provide a resolution, and reflect on lessons learned. This structure keeps viewers emotionally invested, increases retention, and improves shareability. Metadata optimization is critical. Keywords in titles, descriptions, tags, and even captions improve discoverability. Analyze trending topics, search intent, and high-performing keywords to craft content that is not only engaging, but discoverable. Coupled with consistent branding, this strategy ensures your videos are easily found by both the platform and potential viewers. Experimentation is equally essential. Algorithmic trends shift, audience preferences evolve, and what works today may fail tomorrow. Embrace iterative content creation, test different formats, thumbnail designs, titles, lengths, and posting schedules. Review performance metrics and adjust accordingly. The creators who succeed long-term are those who remain adaptable, data-informed, and audience-centric. Additionally, social proof and engagement loops amplify reach, encourage shares, comments, and collaborations. Foster communities around your content. Platforms prioritize content that generates meaningful interaction, and these interactions often spread organically to new viewers. Finally, never underestimate cumulative learning. Track every metric, reflect on audience feedback, and continuously refine your approach. From storytelling to algorithm alignment, from engagement loops to metadata mastery, every piece of the puzzle contributes to sustainable growth. By applying these principles with patience and discipline, creators can transform their reach from sporadic spikes to consistent, scalable visibility.
And that concludes Episode 1 of the ArcadeOrbit podcast. Across 3 massive segments, Noah Carter and Evan Brooks have shared everything from audience psychology to algorithm mastery, storytelling, retention strategies, metadata optimization, and community building techniques. Remember, views aren't just numbers. They are decisions, moments of engagement, and opportunities to connect. Use these insights, experiment boldly, and iterate strategically. Thank you for joining us. See you in Episode 2.